All right, guys, believe it or not, right here in this apartment complex in Berlin is the site of Adolf Hitler's Fhürerbunker. So Hitler was in the Fhürerbunker for the last 105 days of his life. He went in there in January of 1945, and he supposedly killed himself on April 30th, 1945. He was in there with his, at the time, lover Eva Braun, who they actually ended up marrying the day before their death on April 29th, 1945. And what's interesting, the guy who wedded them, his last name was Wagner. The Soviets were taking over the city at that time. He came out less than 24 hours after wedding them, and he got shot in the head by the Soviet Union and died in the war. So this was right at the end of the war, right when it was clear to Hitler that the Soviets were going to come and take Berlin. He fled to the bunker, which is right here, that he stayed in for 105 days before his supposed death. And a lot of conspiracies have come out about Hitler's death because they never fully found the full body. Now, they found parts of what they think was the body, but the problem is the Soviet Union kept it a secret for a while. And so there's theories of him maybe fleeing to Argentina. That's the most popular. There are other ones as well. He could still be alive on Mars, we don't know, but he was more than likely here. So this was where he was at the end of the war in the Fhürerbunker. So here's just some information about it. This is kind of what it looked like. So pretty nice. I mean, you could definitely stay in there for 100 days if you have all the right materials. And so what happened was Hitler suffered a gunshot wound, killed himself, committed suicide because he was narcissistic, and that's what narcissists do. I disagree with people that say that he was too narcissistic to kill himself. Killing yourself is what a narcissist would do. Okay, that's selfish. Killing yourself is selfish. Okay, just wanted to clear that up because that's my opinion on it. But anyway, and supposedly his wife took a cyanide pill, killed herself that way. So they were both in there. What's interesting to note is the day later, Minister of Propaganda, Nazi Minister of Propaganda, Joseph Goebbels, was in a similar situation on May 1st, 1945, the next day. He ended up killing himself and his entire family, his wife and his 6 kids, aged between 4 and 12, and because he didn't want them to live in a world not ruled by Nazis. And then later that month, Heinrich Himmler commits suicide. So the 3 top-notch Nazi leaders, which are Joseph Goebbels, Hitler, and Heinrich Himmler, were never put on trial for their war crimes, which is interesting. Well, it's said. Himmler was the leader of the SS, obviously. So that's how the story goes of Hitler's death. We're not going to do Adolf Hitler for Smash. This is the closest thing we can get to his grave. This is basically his grave. I mean, this is the closest we're going to get. I knew I'd do it for all heads of state, but just to be safe here, we're not going to do it. But just know that that's what it is. That's the Fhürerbunker right here. So the reason it's not here anymore is because the Soviets, when they took Berlin, they destroyed it very quickly. So that's the main reason it's not here anymore. It would be cool to tour, but this is the closest thing we can get to his grave, like I said. So there we go. Burial site, technically, of Adolf Hitler.
Sería toda la distribución interna, oficina.